like it when the road is covered with leaves like this. You can tell there's no traffic passing through. A lot of leaves fell in the night. A lot of trees are bare already, man. So I'm heading over to the property. I'm going to do a little digging, and I might set a few piers. Yep. Off to work I go. We won't be starting the new cabin until spring, but we're moving forward and making progress with our plans for our next chapter of life. This plan includes an equipment shed, and we want this in place before winter, which is just around the corner, so we better get cracking. For starters, I cut away all the brush where the structure will be. Now I'm peeling off the topsoil and sod, which I will replace with a bed of crushed gravel once the piers are in place. The structure will be 24 by 28 with an attic above it. It'll house my tractor, and there'll be enough room for another vehicle and all my tools and equipment. This will be a great asset for the new homestead. I prefer to dig the holes rather than drill them with a post hole attachment. Sure, there's more work involved, but this technique allows me to remove all the stones that would eventually be heaving from the frost and upsetting the piers. Now this crushed gravel sets up like concrete, and when the piers are in, they're here to stay. This is one of the handiest tools, definitely a must-have, to try and level stuff up, you know, when you're doing piers and stuff like this. It's a must-have. You can go around and with a level and try and level everything up, but it doesn't come out like with one of these. And I bought it when I was building my first house, not my first cabin. But my house when I was 27. So, yeah, over 30 years. But it just great tool to have. And this is an inexpensive one, you know. Someday I'll get one that's got the laser on it so I can work alone. You need somebody to shoot grades with this. But it's great. Just got to get it level. And then you can get everything else level. Right here, spin it around in all directions. As long as that stays level in all directions, we're good. Yeah, made in the USA too, haha. Now people ask why I don't have a cement mixer, and I do have one. I got two actually. One is 300 miles away, and the other one is 60 years old and acts up sometimes, but she does all right. And I got a dishwasher just like it. Get all the popcorn out of it. I had to say that. Now I want some popcorn.
You knew
I'm
that.
getting hungry.
I knew you'd want popcorn.
What time is it?
Lunchtime.
Is it? Well, I'll pour this, and then you can go and get some lunch going, and I'm going to start grubbing out some of this. All right, I'm hungry. The Coyote tractor has been working hard, but it requires constant maintenance. And by that, I mean grease. Lots of it. Without it, it'll creak and moan louder than my joints, and we don't need that. This stuff is awesome. I got a bottle like that in every one of my vehicles, including the Rangers. Yeah. Gets the pine pitch or tractor grease, diesel fuel, whatever. Gets it off your hands. Works good for the fish smell too, you know, when you're gutting fish. Well worth the money. Yeah. Don't leave home without it. Now that we have most of the piers done and gravel in place of the sod, it's time to finish them up. The mark on the string is where I want the center of the pier to be, so that's where I'll put it. Rocks like these can cause problems for the piers, especially when they're within the frost line. Here in the Granite State we have lots of rocks, and that's okay. I have a retaining wall to build and I need rocks. Gotta count my blessings whenever I can, you know. There's a couple more too. I like to put a footing beneath my piers rather than simply dumping concrete in a hole. Get that pier lined up and pack gravel around it. And when you're on the last pier, well, that deserves a celebration. So let's start with a happy dance. Just like that. Yes, sir. Well, folks, that went pretty good. It was a lot of work, I'll admit that, but it went together good. Everything is right where I want it, nice and level. I'll show you what we got so far. All right, so this area here where I have put in gravel, between those piers and those piers is 16 feet, and from front to back is 24. This part will be like a garage kind of workshop sort of thing. It's going to have a garage door on it. It's going to be a 10-12 or a 12-12 pitch with an attic upstairs. And then that section there, where I still have to remove that dirt and put in gravel, this section is 12 foot wide by 24 deep. And this is going to have a lean-to on the side. The profile of this building will be very close to what I built at the camp. You know, I have my workshop there with the greenhouse on the side, and the greenhouse has that long sloping roof on it. Well, this will be very similar. This will have the A-framed roof on the top, and then the sloping roof on the side there where the lean-to will be. I'll be parking the tractor under the lean-to. I'll be able to put all my ladders and staging hanging on the walls. That'll be really wonderful for me to have. This section here is big enough to park a vehicle in, have workbenches. If I decide not to park a vehicle in it, I could put all my ATVs and everything in here. It's going to be awesome. I'm planning on just doing gravel floors in this. If I did a concrete slab, well, there's more cost for one thing, and I don't need my vehicles and ATVs to be sitting on a concrete slab. If I use a concrete slab, it's going to raise the price of the structure, the value, and then I will be taxed accordingly. So my plan at this time is I'm going to put in gravel and compact it, and then I will put either a finer gravel or a stone dust, level it all off on this part of the building, level it all off, compact it, and then I might just put down those thick rubber horse stall mats in here. And that should cut down on any humidity, and maybe I'll put a tarp beneath that, something like that. Then later on, if I find that doesn't work for me and I want to upgrade, well, I can always pour a floor in here later. But like I said, I don't need my vehicles to be sitting on concrete. Up in the front where we put the shed, we are changing our plan, going back to our original plan of putting a garage there. That will have a poured floor in it, but I'm not putting that up this year. Winter is right around the corner. It's supposed to drop in the 30s tomorrow. Hey, we could get snow at any time. Every year that we've been living up here, by mid-November, we were pretty deep in snow. So, I don't know. But the long-term plan now is we're going to move that shed all the way down to the house site, and I'll show you my plan there, and then have the garage there, but that's going to wait until spring. All right, so you see how the road comes down to the home site. I'm going to turn around right there where the shed's going to be, and then this slopes down. Then I'm going to take all of those big stones that I dug out, and I'm going to bring them down here, and I'm going to build a retaining wall. Fill that up with gravel, get that level, so then right here, what we can do is come down, pull up into there, and then back down and park there. And then when we want to leave, we just drive right on out. Yeah, so driveway will come down, shed will be here, door on that side, parking there. Little walkway comes down here to where the house is going to be. The house is going to sit right here. And then a nice little view there. That's the plan for now, but plans change every day around here because, not that I change my mind, it's just that I'm always getting better ideas. So everything's moving right along, folks. Positive and forward like it should be. Yeah, so I'm going to take a little break here, and then next week we're going to get some lumber and start pounding nails. Of course, I'm going to film the process for you, and hopefully have another video for you, another update in a week or so. Yep. So that's it for now, my friends. All the best to you, and God bless.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.